This angle feels like me doing selfies back in the day. Oh, hello. I have been cooped up in my house for, I want to say, close to 2 weeks. The creative noggin is not doing so well. So I thought today I'm going to put on makeup and I'm going to tell you some stories of photo shoots of the past. That's the best content I can come up with today. Also, nice shoes in the background. I can't even remember the last time I put on a bra or that I put on makeup. So it's time to put some what? I don't know how to talk to people anymore. Put some makeup on. I'm thinking something bright and bold and colorful to mask how I'm feeling on the inside. But I'm gonna go fill this up. I'm gonna go wet my sponge. I don't like phrasing. I'm gonna go wet my sponge. I just don't like the words together. Anyway, I'm gonna go moisturize my sponge. So I bought this foundation. It's not gonna match my skin tone. All right, so while I'm throwing foundation around the room, I guess I'll get started with my first tale of back in the day photo shoot. I don't know what I'm saying. This is going to be mildly offensive and I'm very sorry. I'm not good at picking my foundation color online. It never matches anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying that like it makes a difference that I chose it online. No. This first story begins in Seoul, South Korea. I had met this model. No, I didn't meet him yet. I saw him at Seoul Fashion Week. Everybody was obsessed with him. He was like a celebrity, but he wasn't. He totally wasn't. He was like super tall. When I say super tall, I mean like super tall. He was the star of the show and I thought he has a very unique look going on there. I want to shoot with him. I did not approach him during Seoul Fashion Week because kind of had like this attitude going on. He was like better than everybody else. Did some research on Instagram. I think it was one of my girlies, like she sent me his profile. Was like, it's him. I was like, oh, I'm gonna message him. And he was pretty cool about it. He was just like, yeah, let's like shoot. I'm so down. I had one of my girlies go with me. We would go on shoots all the time because never go to a photo shoot alone. This foundation is just triggering. Oh yeah. So we met up in real life. I was with my girlie because I don't trust these boys. We were both immediately like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. He kept saying some mildly inappropriate things. I guess I am just an Oompa Loompa. I matched the color of my shirt. Basically it was just an awkward shoot, you know. He said some inappropriate things here and there and I'm like, okay. Cause I'm not one person to be like, oh my god, he's like hitting on me. He's like flirting with me. Cause like boys don't like me. After the shoot, we all like went to go get some food and I was like, nope, yes, I'm getting free food. Then we get to the restaurant and he decides to sit next to me and I'm like, aww. This tree of a boy is flirting with me for some weird reason. We're eating and he just kind of puts his arm around my chair. My girlie just kind of looks at me like, did he just do that? And I'm like, I think he just did that. We're like looking at each other like, what the fuck is happening right now? Long story short, that was my moment to go. And he ended up being one of the coolest people to shoot with and like one of my favorite people to shoot with. He also later was very surprised when I did reveal. I was like, oh, I actually, yeah, my boyfriend. I would like wanted to make that frightfully obvious. And he acted all surprised. He was like, wait, you have a boyfriend? I was like, yeah. And then he like stopped being touchy-feely and stuff and I was like, these are so special right here. Basically that was it with that guy. Thankfully it did not escalate into anything else. It was just kind of like a series of awkward events. Another thing that happened at Seoul Fashion Week was I saw this beautiful male model. I mean, he was a gorgeous human being. And I remember I messaged him on Instagram and I said, hey, would you want to do a test shoot sometime? He was like, I'm sorry, I only work with people who have over 13,000 followers. And I had like 300. So he was not interested in my little irrelevant ass. Then he saw me at Seoul Fashion Week and he was like, oh, no, you can take my picture. And I said, no. But it was so satisfying to just be like, oh, no. Because then my work was starting to gain some traction. It was the point where I had models actually coming to me for test shoots, asking me for something. And so not me just begging people to shoot with me anymore. I do remember this one photo shoot. One of my friends was very into this boy, model boy. So she was like, let's do this shoot, let's do this this shoot together, a couple shoot, because we're both models. Because she was a model, I forgot to mention that. And so we go to the shoot. He's into it, he's doing the shoot, but he's also just kind of like, he's just kind of uncomfortably going with the flow. Then we were like leaving the shoot, so we were going down an escalator. And this, I still imagine in slow motion, because my hand is like up here a little bit on the escalator because I'm cruising down. There's a hand just starts creeping towards my hand. It's the male model trying to get all up on me, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of odd, please. That kind of started the end of that friendship, because she was like, oh, he likes yo. And I was like, I think he likes the idea of being in a relationship with somebody who can give him free photos every day. And nothing happened with that guy, by the way. I try to be the most professional minded when I'm shooting, because I don't have in mind, oh, I want to date this person. My idea is like, oh, this is a cool face that I want to take pictures of. Unfortunately, sometimes I think they have other agendas. I do have a couple where I've had to fire some female models during a shoot. They weren't doing the job. I'm a pretty forgiving person, which is actually a problem. But this one girl gets on set with me one time, and she's like,
I'm gonna wear red lipstick.
and I said, please don't wear red lipstick because it's going to be clashing with everything that's going on. She said,
I'm gonna wear red lipstick because it's the only thing that I look good in.
and I was like, please don't wear red lipstick or else I'm gonna have to fire you. Like the nicest way possible. And she's like,
I don't care. I look good in red lipstick, so I'm gonna wear red lipstick.
and I said, well, you can't make that cash money in the shoot then. I can't have you wearing red lipstick. And finally, she goes off to get her makeup done, and she comes out looking family-ish. But then 5 minutes later, I see her and she has red lipstick on. And so I went up to her and I asked her, who did that for you? And she said, I put it on. And I said, get out. And that was the first time I've ever fired somebody. If you can't do what I'm asking of you, I can't pay you. I think that's something that a lot of models are also kind of scared to get out of their element. And it's like, you can't be a model but be scared to get out of your element, because that's kind of what modeling is all about. I've had a lot of good experiences, knock on wood. Surprisingly, in the United States, I haven't had that many for male model experiences. Here, they're like, we don't care. You're a photographer here to take pictures of me, whatever. I think one of my favorite shoots was when I broke in single-handedly. When I and my models broke into this abandoned warehouse in Cincinnati. It was such a good day. We like spent the whole day there. We went up to the rooftop. When I say that you can see all of everything around you, it was majestic. I just love blush recently. Ooh, that's a lot of powder. Look at her go. I realized really quickly in Korea that I am not willing to do anything to be a fashion photographer. I'm willing to do my job, do a damn good job, and then leave. Oh wow, that's an eyebrow and a half. Everything looks so severe. I'm so good at makeup. I look like a clown. That's so fitting for what's happening in my private life right now. The second Seoul Fashion Week that I went to, every photographer was trying to get this one male model's attention. He was this famous actor. Everyone was trying to get his attention. They wanted his photo. And then I roll up with my little camera. Sees me in the crowd. And not even in the crowd. I was like to the side all by myself taking weird profile shots of this guy. He serves it to me and he goes. It was a moment. It was a whole moment. Eyebrows really annoying me. I have to do the other one so at least I look like a full clown. But yeah, I was just thinking about all these photo shoots I've gone to, and then like Seoul Fashion Week, which Seoul Fashion Week helped me gain traction, and my photos from there, I met so many cool people. A lot of assholes. Sorry, but a lot of assholes. Oh. Which color shall I pack? Ooh, I'm gonna do blue. Like to keep it safe. Yeah, Seoul Fashion Week, probably the most eye-opening experience when it came to how people treat each other in the industry. But it was actually really cool, and I definitely would go to New York Fashion Week. I'm gonna work on that maybe next year. Wipe away. Cool, just leave a nice little blue ring. I'm trying to think of more stories. Don't have a whole lot going on here. Oh, I have another story. This one is a fun one. I had this one client in Korea who I worked with pretty consistently. Well, I worked with him twice, but he just was an Instagrammer who liked having his photos done, and he paid. He paid for them. And he himself was not a problem. Whenever I first met him, it was cool. He was totally chill. He seemed pretty respectful. But the first time we shot, he brought his goon squad with him. Just imagine this, a group of 21-year-old boys in the military in Korea. It was interesting at best. They'd make these highly inappropriate jokes all the time while I'm trying to shoot, and a lot of racist jokes all the time while I'm trying to shoot. And then I made them some sort of statement about my boyfriend, and they were like, "Oh, dude, she just like friend zoned you, dude." I was like, "I just want to go home now." It was very awkward as we're walking through the streets of Hongdae, and they're talking about all the girls they're gonna like get with tonight, and I'm just like, I'm not getting paid enough for this shit. I think I'm making my eye look worse and worse and worse with all this blue. I made a bad choice. This is why you always just stay with the safe colors. All right, I'm getting bored of this. I'm tired of blending. I'm running out of stories because frankly, I'm not that interesting. Oh, this is just turning it green. I never claimed to be good at makeup anyway. Why did I just do that? Suck at makeup, but I'm sick of being ugly. Yeah, so I have had some fun experiences here in the US of A. I think that I'm like crazy in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm so quirky. And then I actually say it out loud. I'm like, oh, kind of the opposite of crazy. Except for that one time where I went and shot a sugar baby. Nothing wrong with that. We're adding on mascara. We might actually see the end of this video at some point today. I woke up the other day and I looked in the mirror and I saw all these wrinkles around my eyes and I was like, oh my god, who is she? When did she age this much?
Raging man, I know it's raging man.
I think I might need to put on a different shirt. All right, I'm going to run a different shirt. We'll be back for a little montage moment. I'm naming this look Sea Urchin Realness. You can see all the blue underneath my eyes is turning it green. It's very good luck for me, I know. This is called Help. Montage moment.
It's something about you, girl, that just makes my head wanna twirl. Oh, you got me want to tell all them other girls there's nothing else.
Hope you enjoyed this mess of a video. I've kind of lost my mind a little bit. I don't know if you can really like tell or not. Until next time, I'll have some better content out maybe. Bye.
It's something about you, girl, that just makes